Hey, welcome. Appreciate everybody joining us here on Sweet Tea Travels, Q92.3 True Country. We hope everybody's had a great week. We're going to get started right here because we got a full jam-packed hour here. So, good afternoon, Miss Judy. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so looking forward to our show. We are going to have a great hour.
Got a lot of things to do. So, why don't we run right in here and get started? And you introduce our first guest.
I absolutely will. Over the next hour, we are going to visit Georgia's most charming mountain towns. We are exploring North Georgia wine country. We are headed to Beaufort, South Carolina after that. And we're also going to spend a little bit of time in Greenville. And you might be thinking, what? Where are these people going? Well, stay with us because I promise you it will be worth it. We are going to visit some of South's most celebrated downtown destinations. So, first up, we are talking to Colin Lilly, a winemaker at Monteluce Winery. So, Colin, welcome to the show. Are you there? Can you hear
We
me?
looks like we lost Colin.
Uh-oh, Colin.
He's calling back.
Okay.
All right.
I like that. Colin's calling back.
Col-
Well, while
Collins.
he's calling back, let me keep telling you a little bit about our show. You know, sometimes when we think about American and some of our destinations, that main street, you picture the courthouse, the square, locally owned shops, historic buildings, maybe that coffee shop where everyone seems to kind of know each other. That's Dahlonega. You know, we've been to Dahlonega, we love it. And another thing that Dahlonega is known for are those beautiful wineries. And we've got Colin back, Colin Lilly, the winemaker at Monteluce Winery. Welcome to Sweet Tea Travels.
Hi, thanks for having me.
We are so glad you're here. So tell us a little bit about yourself. And for listeners who may not be familiar with Monteluce, tell us a little bit about the winery and what makes the North Georgia
Yeah,
experience so unique.
yeah, absolutely. So my name is Colin Lilly. I am the head winemaker here at Monteluce Winery. I have spent the last 24 years in the wine industry, from my roots in West North Carolina at my family's winery to spending over 9 years in the Napa Valley, where I eventually became a production winemaker out there. And then when my wife and I were ready to come back home to the South, Monteluce had an opportunity, and my wife told me that if I didn't apply, then she was going to apply for me. So,
That's
you
what
know,
wives
she's
do,
always
Colin.
she's always right.
That's right.
Um, and so I arrived at Monteluce in 2024, and I'm about to have my third harvest here. So yeah, it's been a great experience. Definitely different than Napa because we have our own challenges here in the South with humidity and excessive moisture. But outside of that, where we are is really conducive for growing some really great grapes to make incredible wines out of. We have 16 acres of planted grapes here at Monteluce. We have some of the more known varieties, and then we have some of the hybrid varieties that just do a little bit better here in the southeast because of the amount of moisture and humidity.
Well, that kind of answered part of my next question is what makes the region so well suited for growing grapes and producing quality wine? Would you say it is that moisture and humidity or what else?
No, the moisture and humidity is probably our biggest challenge.
Okay.
But where we are in Dahlonega, where we actually have one of Georgia's two only AVAs, or American Viticultural Area, or appellation. So there's something very unique and significant that the federal government, the TTB, recognizes as this area is able to produce wines of a specific caliber or uniqueness. And a lot of that has to do with being at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, where we get these rolling hills, so we get good drainage of all that moisture. We also get really nice heat exposure. And for the most part, when we look at us compared to the rest of Georgia, we tend to be the driest. So that alleviates some of those stresses and kind of prolongs harvest so that we can get riper berries, so we're not having to add as much additives, sugar, or anything like that to our wines. To where here at Monteluce, I'm very thankful and fortunate to really be a minimalist as a winemaker. I get to be more of a shepherd, and I get to guide the fruit instead of being like an invasive, very hands-on approach, and that all comes from the vineyard.
Okay, I can tell you probably already could tell I don't know a lot about wine. I feel a little bit intimidated. What advice would you give someone who wants to learn a little bit? Where should we start?
I learned a great bit of information from one of my mentors out in Napa, and it's a very simple kind of thing. Trust your palate. You know you best, and you know what you like the best. So start with the things that are most familiar to you. And so, if you like whites, just, slowly start creeping into whites. And then when you get more comfortable with those, maybe tiptoe into the reds. And it's really just, it's all subjective. There's no right way to do it, because everyone's different. Everyone has their own experiences with wine, with what they enjoy as food or other drink. So you're never going to be wrong. And I get that a lot from a lot of guests that just feel over intimidated because they are new to wine, or have been on a budget and having budget wine, and then they finally get to explore into a little bit higher caliber wine sampling, and it kind of just totally changes their mind, and sometimes it scares them. And it's like, that's okay. You're not going to be wrong. You know what you like, and stick with it.
That's a great answer. And something that I'd really like to know about Monteluce is, are there any wines that have really become signature wines for the winery?
Absolutely. So our Petit Verdot, that is a classic French varietal that's grown in Bordeaux, is probably the best grape to be growing in the region. And it is a noble variety. So it has a claim. It's not something that would be, new or unheard of to a lot of consumers just because of its, past. It does really well. It's a big, bold red variety. So for the people who, like, to have red wine with their steaks or other red meats, it's a perfect combo. It has, really bold tannins, really great fruit characteristics. And it's just very compatible. We grow over 13 varieties here at Monteluce, but if I had to pick one that does the absolute best, it would probably be that in terms of reds. And then for whites, it is actually going to be a French-American hybrid called Seyval Blanc, which is not akin to, but it is similar to like Sauvignon Blanc. So it's a very tropical, fruit-forward, crisp, clean white wine.
Wow, that's great information. Colin, for listeners who want to learn more about Monteluce and learn more about your wines, or maybe even plan a tasting experience, where can we get more information?
You can find us online or on Instagram or the other social media. So it's just monteluce.com, where you can set up you don't even have to have a reservation to do a tasting. If you would like a little bit more educational visit, there are options on our website to do wine hikes, wine 101s, and then deluxe private tastings, where you can spend anywhere from an hour to 2 hours with any of our incredible wine educators and hiking staff, and they're going to walk you through everything from the grape to the winery and to that tasting. So you'll go along a journey with them there if you're looking for something more educational. But if you're just wanting to come and enjoy some wines, you can do that without reservations. We're open 7 days a week, and we have a couple of different options to do that on property. We have our main formal tasting room that is within the Le Vigne restaurant, and then we have other options to do tastings. If you want a more casual, laid-back feeling, you can do that at our second restaurant that is also on property called the Trattoria, where you can sit outside, bask in the sun, and just look at the vineyards as you're enjoying our wines.
Hey, Colin, we appreciate you joining us today and sharing a little bit of your story behind beautiful Monteluce up there in North Georgia Wines. We appreciate you calling in, and we will give that website out again. Thanks. Appreciate it. We're going to go next to another gentleman who is up in the Dahlonega area. We're going to have Sam McDuffie, who is the Executive Director of the Dahlonega-Lumpkin County Visitors Bureau. And we're going to be learning more about North Georgia from Sam and what all they have up in Dahlonega. Hey, Sam, good afternoon. Appreciate you joining us.
I'm excited to be here. Looking forward to talking with you.
Well, we certainly love Dahlonega from down. We live here in Monroe area, go up there quite a bit during the year. So if somebody has never visited Dahlonega, how do you describe what makes the mountain town so special?
Oh, that is a great question. So Dahlonega is known for our wine, our weddings, and our waterfalls, but there's so much more in that package that's out there. I know you were just talking to Colin from Montaluce, so let's talk a little bit about the wines first. We actually have what is called an American Viticultural Area, which is here in Dahlonega called the Dahlonega Plateau. It's where a percentage of our wines are bottled, grown, and sold here in our community. And we are currently right now the only American viticultural area in the state of Georgia. And we currently have 10 vineyards in our region, in our county currently right now. And each one of them has something special about each location. Like as Montaluce, you can feel like you're in Tuscany. Wolf Mountain, you're getting some of the best views you'll have in this part of the state. You've got Accent Cellars, which is more of an urban micro winery that has very good wine. Three Sisters, all of them have just something unique about them that make them really stand out.
We certainly have been to a few of those up there, and they're absolutely great. One thing that has something different from you guys is your town square is just absolutely just a lot of fun. Let's talk a little bit about the downtown area.
Yeah, so we have the Dahlonega Historical Square is on, a lot of it is on the Historical Registry of Places. It's very unique because many of these buildings date back to the gold rush of 1829 when gold was discovered here in Dahlonega. So several of our buildings are actually from the 1800s. So they look really great, and it has that homey southern kind of charm. Very historical, so it's a beautiful downtown square with a lot of shopping, retail, a lot of good restaurants. We have quite a good, we're kind of a foodie community as well. So there's a lot of good stuff here in the downtown portion of Dahlonega.
Hey, why don't you give us your website for more people can find out more information about your beautiful city?
100, yes, sir. So it's dahlonega.org. And so it's www.dahlonega.org, and that is where you can find all the offerings, the festivals, the events, our businesses, our lodging, all that will be located on dahlonega.org.
Hey, real quick, tell us about a couple of the festivals you got going on during the year. I know we've been to a couple of them, certainly been to the Christmas one. Tell us real quick about a couple of the festivals.
So probably our most popular one is called the Gold Rush Days Festival, which happens on the third weekend of October every year. This is a mountain craft, arts and craft festival, a lot of great vendors here, and it really celebrates when gold was discovered here in Dahlonega. So that has a big draw. Probably our second biggest festival in the area is the Bear on the Square Mountain Festival that takes place the third weekend in April, unless that weekend is Easter Sunday, and then it'll be moved to the fourth weekend of April.
Gotcha.
So every few years it's the third weekend. And then you mentioned the Christmas, Dahlonaga's Old Fashioned Christmas. We call that's more of a season rather than a festival,
right.
But it's so beautiful up here.
It is, absolutely, totally.
Really gathers that hallmark town.
Sam McDuffie, Executive Director of the Dahlonega-Lumpkin County Visitors Bureau. If you've never been to Dahlonega, you're missing out. So, Sam, we're going to say bye and thank you very much. We'll try to get you back on here and look forward to coming up and seeing more of Dahlonega. And it's just dahlonega.org. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, sir.
All right, Sam. Thanks so much. Appreciate you joining us today. All right. You're listening to Sweet Tea Travels here on True Country Q 92.3. We'll be right back.
I chuckled at a cartoon that showed a news conference by a United States senator who announced that he was divorcing his family so he could spend more time with politics. We may laugh, but the truth is many people make that statement every day. Maybe not with words, but with their actions. In fact, if a politician retires from his work to spend more time with his family, it becomes the lead story met with cynicism on the evening news, while the one who rejects his family advancing his career is commonplace. God tells us we should work hard to the glory of God, but He has clearly shown that we must have priorities. A relationship with God first, and family follows that. What does your focus tell you about your priorities? The Bible says that we have brought nothing into this world and we can take nothing out of it. It's good to focus on the things that last, like putting God first, and then family, and then people all around us that God loves. This is Bryant Wright, speaking right from my heart.
Visit rightfromtheheart.org and click television to watch our TV spots.
When it comes to tasty treats, the only place you need is Stone Mountain Pecan Company. Enjoy fresh, high-quality Georgia pecans along with a huge selection of your favorite nuts like almonds, cashews, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazilian nuts, plus delicious mixes, dried fruits, candies, and Southern Pecan coffee. Stone Mountain Pecan has it all, and the best part, it's all online at stonemountainpecan.com or visit our country store on Highway 78 in Monroe. Stone Mountain Pecan Company, something for everyone. Eat well, be happy.
I'm Miranda, founder of the Humane Society of Walton County. We're a community-funded no-kill shelter for homeless dogs and cats. We're raffling off a brand new 2024 Jeep Wrangler or $40,000 in cash. Tickets start at $30 each with only $5,000 being sold. To purchase your tickets, visit humanewalton.org. You don't want to miss this chance to win a brand new 2024 Jeep Wrangler or $40,000 in cash, all benefiting the Humane Society of Walton County.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to True Country, Q92.3 here. Sweet Tea travels every Friday. We appreciate you letting people know about what we're talking about. Here we are going to go right into continuing our Main Street, small town America. One of our favorite places to go in the mountains is Blue Ridge, Georgia. Beautiful, charming downtown, nestles in the North Georgia mountains, all kind of great boutiques, art galleries. And we got a special person here that we're going to continue to talk a little more about what to drink. So we're going to let Miss Judy handle this.
You know, for two people who really don't drink a lot.
We don't drink a lot of wine.
We are highlighting something that is really, really fascinating in Georgia, that we have so many wineries in North Georgia. We do love Blue Ridge, and Bear Claw Vineyards is just minutes from downtown Blue Ridge. But one of the things that I think is fascinating about this place is the owner, Mick Stewart. So I don't want to spill it, but I'm going to spill it. Mick, okay. Well, first of all, Mick, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be on the show. Thank you both.
No, we're excited about coming up. I want that tour. Okay.
We're excited.
I can't wait to see you.
We'll be there, promise you.
We are so excited to have you. And when I heard a little bit about your story, it is fascinating. So that is going to be my first question. But I'm going to let you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you have accomplished up there at Bear Claw.
Well, thank you so much. Bear Claw is the first winery in Blue Ridge, and it's the first female winery in the state of Georgia, so I'm honored to have that title.
And you should be. Congratulations.
Yeah, that is great. Congratulations there, Mick.
There's actually two more now, so, I mean, it's obviously a trend that I hope continues for the industry, but North Georgia is a great place to visit, as we've all probably been to Blue Ridge ourselves for vacation at some point or to visit from some point. But it's a blessing to be here in Blue Ridge. It's beautiful year-round, and we're open 12 months of the year, and we have live music every weekend all year long.
That's easy. I'm coming for that, just for sit around and listen.
Well, it's mostly country music. So
that's okay. I can handle some country music. I watched country last night on TV.
We did. But you left out a little piece. You actually cleared the property yourself. You planted the vineyard.
Yes, we planted it, and it was a purchase in 2014 and planted it. And it didn't even open and have wine until September of 2017 when it opened. I think the best part of that story is that, unlike many vineyards, I was not, I didn't have the money that many of them did. I kept my day job in Atlanta, and I commuted 3 hours a day for 8 years until I actually worked at the vineyard. So it was a struggle to get it open, but I'm past that now, thank God. We're going on year 11 now. So thank goodness I was able to drive all that way, right? Every day, 3 hours. That's a long way, but
it is. Yeah, it is. But, go ahead.
Go ahead. The main thing about Blue Ridge is it's just so beautiful. It doesn't matter if it's winter. It doesn't matter if it's summer. It's about 10 degrees less than Atlanta. So if it's 80 in Atlanta, it's 70 here.
Right.
So if you're having a hot weekend and it's 90 there, you can come up here and it's in the 80s. And it's really not that far. I mean, if I could drive it every day, I would think people could drive from Atlanta up here. It's maybe an hour and 20 minutes one way to get up here.
And that's
it's
our
definitely
goal,
worth the drive.
is to get people up there. So when I was looking over some of the pictures, the property is beautiful, a bridge kind of crossing the stream there with the mountain views, with the vineyards. But one of the things that caught my attention, of course, visitors can bring children. That might not be what we're about right now, but we do have dogs. So you've got on your website, visitors can bring dogs. You've created a welcoming destination for families. So tell us a little bit about that atmosphere.
Well, I mean, when I started in this industry, I visited many wineries. And, I mean, I have a dog and I have a child. And my son is autistic, so he's one of those ones that could be fine one minute and then going crazy the next minute. And I just didn't feel like welcomed in those situations. I was like, this is not, I can't go here. And I'm a jeans and boot type of person. So I really wanted to have an environment that anybody could come, whether they're dressed up, whether they're wearing blue jeans, whether they have 2 dogs or 3 kids. It doesn't matter. You don't even have to drink wine if you don't want to drink wine. We have tons of drinks that are non-alcoholic. We have games. I mean, it's amazing how many families I see on the patio playing a board game that they said they've never done that. You know, they're on their computers now. These kids are not running around, jumping in a creek and running through a vineyard. That's pretty, I don't see it. But they're allowed to do all that at our place.
That's fantastic. One thing I'm going to butt in here real quick. I love the name. So that's great because I'm a bear guy. I'm like just, Smokey the Bear, Yogi Bear. I mean, I'm a bear guy. So.
Well, there's actually a hidden image in our logo.
Yes, no. Judy was telling me about it. I saw it, but she's like, "Do you see the bear in it?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's great."
And
I was hoping you wouldn't notice it until you had some wine, then you would see it. But it's a hidden. Okay. The paw is actually a bear head profile turned sideways.
Oh, that's cute.
So unique. So if someone has never visited, like us, before, what experience would you recommend? Is it the VIP tasting, relaxing on the deck, and something that we've kind of not even mentioned yet, staying overnight in your tree houses, or just enjoying a glass of wine?
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
I was blessed to get that tree house. That was a DIY TV show. I was being aggressive. I was like, how do I get the wine on national TV and not pay anything? But I didn't think they would pick me. And then they picked me, and I had no wine. So we took them to Mercier's Orchard, which is only 3 miles away from me. Right. And that's a great destination if you're in town. You might as well go there, too. But it was a blessing to get that tree house. It actually opened. I started renting that as a rental prior to Bear Claw opening. So that really helped me to get the vineyard open.
That's great.
And it's been wonderful. You can stay right in the trees looking over the vineyard. And you have the full run of the place at night. When we close, those treehouse guests can do anything they want.
That's cool.
And it's kid-friendly also, dog-friendly also.
That is amazing. Is there a favorite season you would recommend? And I'm sure you're probably going to say every season, but really?
Well, if you're in Atlanta, I would say all the time. But if you are traveling, I mean, Blue Ridge is really packed in the fall because we have this beautiful change of leaves. You know, the fall season is just, it's hard to take, a mountain view is already breathtaking. But to see it when it's changing colors, that view of the mountains is just, it's stunning. So I would say the fall is probably the best time for your pictures, so to speak. Also, in August, we have large grape clusters. That's when we will harvest. It'll be August and September. So if you come in August, I know it's hot, but we will have giant grape clusters. And it's interesting to see like 30 grape clusters hanging off of a plant and realize that Georgia can produce this crop very well.
Okay, Mick, we're gonna play a little game. I've got some rapid fire questions.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So, what's your personal favorite wine right now?
Vidal Blanc. It's because I grow it there on site, and many vineyards have it, and that one's won a lot of awards. and it never freezes. So it's a very light. It's not sweet at all. It's a very light, clean wine, so it's really good for summertime.
Okay, so that blends into my next question. Sweet or dry?
It's dry.
Red or white?
It's white.
What's the one wine everyone should try at least once?
Well, Vidal Blanc. Our Chardonnay is very good. I'm proud of the Chardonnay. We have won a lot of awards for our Chardonnay.
Okay.
We got a Texas Lone Star. We got an LA International Award, and I actually won an award on that in London, which is shocking.
Wow.
A little vineyard like Bear Claw can win an award in
go.
London, but we did.
That's great. Okay. One last question before you give us your website and information. If you could enjoy one bottle while watching a North Georgia sunset, which would it be?
Chardonnay. Our Chardonnay is great. I love it.
Perfect. So how can our guests, our listeners, get in touch with you, find out more information?
Well, they can go to bearclawvineyards.com or Bear Claw Wine. It's a little bit easier for people with no S. Bearclawwine.com will take you to our website. You can see basically some of the pictures of outside. But I would suggest that anybody just come. You don't even have to buy anything. If you want to come to live music and hang out on the patio, just come and hang out. And we have tasting trays. You don't have to buy a bottle of wine. You can just get a little tray with all the samples on it and try it. That way, if you don't like it, you're not buying a bottle. So that's not even a pressure. If you
That's
don't,
my
if
kind
you
of
don't
business.
drink
How do we
wine.
get that in the food business? Can we just taste?
I wish they had that in food business. You could taste like all the foods and decide if you wanted the steak or the pasta. But
There
that's
you
not
go.
really an option at a restaurant.
Yeah, I'm your taste tester today. So.
Well, I have so enjoyed talking to you. Thank you.
And bring
so
your dog
much.
and your kids with you.
Well, our kids are all grown, so we have 10 grandkids between us. So we are excited about that. So we will certainly tell them to make sure they come up there. So we want to thank you for spending time with us today, Mick, and sharing the stories about your place there at Bear Claw
Absolutely.
Vineyard. Certainly is like one of those destinations, and we certainly are going to come up because
Yes,
we love the
ma'am.
mountains, period, and it's going to be hot this summer, so we're definitely going to come see you. So, Mick, thank you very much. And we look forward to coming up very soon. So,
You guys I'm honored to be on your show. I love your music, and thank you so much.
thank you. Appreciate it. All right, going to stay with us. There's more Sweet Tea Travels just ahead. You're listening to True Country, Q92.3.
When it comes to tasty treats, the only place you need is Stowe Mountain Pecan Company. Enjoy fresh, high-quality Georgia pecans along with a huge selection of your favorite nuts like almonds, cashews, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazilian nuts. Plus delicious mixes, dried fruits, candies, and southern pecan coffee. Stowe Mountain Pecan has it all. And the best part, it's all online at StoweMountainPecan.com or visit our country store on Highway 78 in Monroe. Stowe Mountain Pecan Company. Something for everyone. Eat well, be happy.
I'm Miranda, founder of the Humane Society of Walton County. We're a community-funded no-kill shelter for homeless dogs and cats. We're raffling off a brand new 2024 Jeep Wrangler or $40,000 in cash. Tickets start at $30 each with only 5,000 being sold. To purchase your tickets, visit humanewalton.org. You don't want to miss this chance to win a brand new 2024 Jeep Wrangler or $40,000 in cash, all benefiting the Humane Society of Walton County.
If you're selling or buying a home, you should call AM/PM Septic to inspect your septic tank. This could save you on costly repairs. AM/PM pumps your tank, fixes septic alarms, drain lines. They can fix any problem you're having with your septic tank. Call 770-231-7979. They do inspection letters. AM/PM is family owned and operated, licensed and insured company. Call David for all your septic needs. 770-231-7979.
Roll-Off Systems of Statham, they're on a roll. They offer dumpsters in all sizes, trash compactors, porta potties, and new combo cans. Existing sites are new building sites. Trash and waste disposal, it's their business. Locally owned and operated. Call Roll-Off Systems today. 770-725-ROLL. That's 770-725-ROLL. Or go to rolloffsystems.com.
All right, 12:32. You're back here on Q92.3 True Country. You're talking to Doug and Judy Hollingsworth. Sweet Tea Travels every Friday from 12 to 1. So make sure everybody lets you know that we are here and talking about some fun things today. We're going to move over to another, our sister state over here, over in beautiful South Carolina, and we're going to be talking to Rob Wells, who's the president and CEO of the Greater Beaufort Port Royal Conventions and Visitors Bureau. Rob, welcome to the show. Appreciate you joining us.
Oh, man, I appreciate you guys having me.
Well, we're excited, and very first thing, Rob, I know you get this all the time. Okay, so everybody, because I talk to people and I've kind of known this for a while, how do you say that? Is that Beaufort or Buford or what is? So let's start right there, Rob.
Yeah, it's a common. So it is Beaufort, as in beautiful Beaufort.
Beautiful, I like that. Okay, that's. We have a Buford here, not spelled like that here, close by here in Atlanta. So I've known that for a while, but that's fantastic. And one of the things before we get started that you guys are certainly famous for, and a lot of people probably don't know, is your great movies that you've had there. And some of my favorites, I'll have to just name them off real quick here. The Big Chill. House
Absolutely.
there, fantastic. Been down there a couple of times just to drive by it. Great Santini with Robert Duvall, who got to meet a few years ago. Forrest Gump, Prince of Tides, G.I. Jane, just to name a few. But that's kind of cool that Beaufort, South Carolina, is big into the movies there. So let's do this. If people are not familiar with Beaufort, how would you describe the town in just a few sentences? What makes it special, Rob?
Beaufort, South Carolina is one of those places that kind of stops you in your tracks the moment you get here. It's a small coastal city. It's about 14,000 people or so. We're sitting on a tidal estuary in the middle of the low country, surrounded by these sea islands and these salt marshes that I'm looking at right now. Some of the most beautiful water you've ever laid eyes on the East Coast. And it's a special combination. You've got genuine antebellum history, incredible natural beauty. You got this thriving culinary scene in this small little town, and the pace of life that kind of reminds you of what travel's supposed to be. It's kind of slow and kind of relaxed.
Well, that's certainly our kind of town here, and we're talking about main streets here in America. But Beaufort has a rich history dating back many centuries. What are some of the historical sites or stories that visitors should not miss, Rob?
Absolutely. So we date back to 1711. So we're 300 some odd years old right now, and we encourage everybody to stop at the Beaufort History Museum when you first get there. That's a great orientation piece. It kind of lays the groundwork, gives you some great cover, and then I would hop on one of our guided tours. There's a good walking tour that runs through some of our historic neighborhoods and see some of the plantation homes that were pre-Civil War date back. We have the National Park Service here in our National Historic District to also guide with those. So you've got a plethora of history to be done, and then there's tours on the water that give you a different vantage point of Beaufort, and that, Doug, is when it opens up.
Really?
When you get on the water in Beaufort is when you start to see the city in a different way.
And y'all have boats, things like that, to take people out on tours?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Some of my good friends at the Beaufort Dolphin Tours or Coastal Expeditions does a fantastic job getting you on and off the water. And listen, if you're a venture type, Jim over at Beaufort Kayak Tours will load you and some friends up and give you the full tour. And it, like I said, it opens it up. It's a little different. We are a coastal town, but being on the water is a great way to experience the history of Beaufort.
Now, Rob, I missed that. We visited Beaufort several years ago, and I absolutely loved it. I'll say it was probably one of my favorite trips.
She means it, Rob.
But we did not get out in the water, and now I'm coming back because I love the water. I did not do a boat tour.
Absolutely, and we try to encourage people when they're coming to make a day of the tours and kind of getting oriented on that. But make sure you dine by the water, and make sure you get on the water.
Yes,
there's plenty of places to do it individually. Kayaking, paddleboarding, or just hopping on one of the boat tours and going.
Hey, sounds good. We're gonna interrupt you right there, and we want to make sure people know how to get a hold of you. So tell us what you do in website or social media, anything like that, Rob.
Absolutely. You can find us on all social media at Visit Buford SC. And you can find us on the web at BufordSC.org. And if you want to, just head on down to downtown Beaufort and go to the visitor center.
There you go.
Walk right on in.
And we want to make sure everybody understands it's BEAUFORT. Okay, it's not like the Beaufort we have close by. BEAUFORT. And trust Miss Judy, and like she said, we've been there. It was absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to go back. I've been there a couple of times myself, and it's just fun. Fun. So if somebody was coming down and they wanted to do a 3-day weekend, tell me what to do. We know we're going to get on a tour bus as soon as we get there, so we can get inundated with the area. What else we're going to do?
Right. So let's make this a full Beaufort experience.
Okay.
So day one, you arrive, you get oriented, right? Let's walk Bay Street, have dinner at one of our waterfront restaurants, just decompress. Now take it slow. That's the vibe that we want to give you here when you get here. Day two, though, is go deep. Go deep on history, nature. Take one of those guided tours I told you about, and then get out on the water in the afternoon. Listen, there's nothing beats watching dolphins hop up and down in the water and chase the boats, right?
You got that right.
I personally I love the kayak, so that's one of my favorite ways to do it. Puts me a little closer.
That means I got to work a little bit for that, Rob. I think I'm going to lay back on the end of the boat.
I understand. I understand completely. But like I said, man, the water is where Beaufort really opens up pretty good. Day three, this is where I'm going to get you a little behind the scenes, where the locals don't really tell everybody to go. We're going to get you out there to some of the other parts of the Sea Islands. Hunting Island State Park has one of the oldest lighthouses in the South.
Oh, there we go.
Still erected. Just finished it up. You got to get to the top of it. If walking's not your vibe, the beach is fantastic. Let me set the scene for you real quick. It is a barrier island that is undeveloped. And so when you walk out in the water and you stand ankle deep in the ocean water and just look at the sea, it looks just like every other beach. It's ocean water coming in. It's when you turn around and you see the maritime forest greeting you instead of condos and beach houses. That's a different vibe altogether, and it's one that we embrace here in the area. We definitely would love to get you to the most visited state park in South Carolina, Hunting Island State Park. And then, of course, immerse yourself in the good Gullah Geechee community food that's in the area.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Gullah Grub is one of those. You talk about some of those restaurants that are out there in the St. Helena area. Tremendous time. That's a 3-day itinerary real quick for your viewers. Listen, we have those itineraries already pre-planned for you on our website. Hit us a message on social media. We could probably customize one for you.
I bet.
Where am I going to stay?
Well, that's a good question. I would stay in the heart of downtown, to be honest with you. You've got many places to choose in downtown Beaufort, but it puts you right in the heart of kind of where you want to do the shopping, the restaurants, the tours. They're kind of right there, and it kind of gives you a great hub to do all the activities. The Beaufort Inn is a fantastic place, and cottages and traditional stores. You got the Anchorage 1770, which is a boutique inn. And, of course, one of our newer renovated properties, the Cuthbert House Inn, is an elaborate B&B, but a tremendous overnight accommodation.
I love it. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it is beautiful. If everybody's listening, certainly take time, whenever that may be. And let me ask you that real quick. What's probably your best season for people if they're just looking to come? And let's just say let's say we're not bringing the kids this time. So what's a good time to do?
To be honest, I mean, I get paid to tell people that it's pretty hard to get it wrong, right? What time of season you go.
But
24/7,
I got you. 365,
right.
okay.
That's right. But if I had to pick, spring and fall are exceptional. March through May will get you the wildflowers, the warm days, the cooler evenings. Crowds haven't arrived yet. But, man, there's something about fall in Beaufort. October, November, shrimp are coming in. Oh, man, shrimp season is my favorite season.
You're talking my language, buddy. There we go.
Man, it is good. And the cool thing is we got multiple local seafood shrimpers that service and provide the shrimp to the restaurants in the area. And so there it is. But and for people coming from the Georgia area, I would encourage October, November for a good opportunity to come see Beaufort.
That sounds like a trip for us this fall, dear. All right, so a couple of things before we let you go. What surprises your first-time visitors the most?
That's a great question. We hear that the light looks different. The colors that in the sky look a lot different around the water, and it's true. I remember the first time I crossed the bridge over in the Beaufort. The way the light hits the water and it sparkles is pretty amazing. Not to be outdone by the sunset, which not only paints the sky orange and purple, but it also paints the marsh a deep, heavy green and orange. And those light, the way the light show works in and around Beaufort, kind of catches people by surprise. But I think it comes down to food. Doug, I think what most people get surprised about is the amount of local-owned restaurants in and around Beaufort. Yeah, you'll see the fast food stuff, and everybody's got that. We're talking about my friends and neighbors who live next door to me, who run these restaurants, cooking up some great, fresh, low country cuisine for guests and locals alike. And I think that's what captures people's attention first. Is like, wow, look at the restaurants. This food's amazing.
You're talking my language, I know that's for sure.
And I'm hungry, so we got to move on to another question.
Amen.
Is there a hidden gem that the locals just love that you like to tell your friends about, your out-of-town guests about?
Can be the lighthouse, can be the restaurant, can be Rob's office.
Definitely not those. There are a couple cool things. So if there's little kids involved, I love the Port Royal Sound Maritime Center. It's outside the city. It's closer to Lemon Island instead of downtown. It's free, gets you out of the heat if you're in the middle of it. But, man, what a cool nature center that is. But also in that same vein, I like to go to Port Royal and look for shark teeth at Sands Beach. Those are two cool local stops that people go into. And then, I'll give you a personal preference. If you find oysters from Ladies Island Oyster Company, if you find them on the menu somewhere, that's the restaurant to go.
Okay.
That's a great tip.
It is. All right, we're going to end it here right now, Rob. This has been fantastic. Thank you so much. We love Beaufort. We try to get places that we've been to, and there's certainly a lot of places out there we have not. But we appreciate your time, and we've been talking to Rob Wells, who's the president and CEO of the Greater Beaufort Port Royal Conventions and Visitors Bureau, and that is BEAUFORT. Give that website one more time, Rob.
Yes, BeaufortSC.org, BeaufortSC.org.
Perfect. All right, buddy. We appreciate it. We look forward to coming over, and we'll certainly let you know when we're coming.
Yeah, man. Have a good one. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Rob. All right, you've been listening to True Country, Q92.3. Judy and I will be wrapping up here with another place in South Carolina, and we look forward to talking to them.
When you walk through the doors of Campton Restaurant, you're not just here for a meal, you're part of a tradition. I'm fourth generation owner Josh Parker, and for nearly 40 years, families in Walton County and surrounding areas have gathered around our tables to share stories, laughter, and good Southern cooking. From crispy fried chicken to heart-healthy daily specials, there's always a plate waiting with your name on it. We're open Tuesday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. and 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays. So come on by, make yourself at home, and experience Campton Restaurant, where family tradition meets every meal.
Ready to grow your small business and reach thousands of new customers? Say hello to Town Values Magazine, formerly MTM Shopper, proudly serving the community for 22 years. Every month, thousands of magazines are mailed directly to homes in Walton, Oconee, Barrow, Rockdale, Newton, Gwinnett, and beyond to further expand your reach. Our magazine is packed with valuable coupons and services offered, helping families save money while supporting the community they love. We specialize in local direct marketing that works, building your brand, driving sales, and connecting you with the customers who matter most. Plus, we're online at townvalues.com and on Facebook and Instagram, giving your business even more exposure in print and digital. Ready to reserve your space in the next edition? Call Liliana at 770-267-6650. Town Values Magazine. Local, trusted, powerful. Helping businesses grow and families save.
You love your land, and you have plans for it. During Kubota Orange Days, you'll love the great deals on our versatile, reliable lineup, helping you turn dream projects into reality. Visit your Kubota dealer today for the best deals of the year, now through June 30th. 0% financing available, or save up to $5,500 off select compact tractors. Sale ends soon. Stop by your local dealer or go to gokubota.com.
Your local Kubota dealer is Hayes Tractor, located at 545 Highway 11 in Social Circle.
All right, welcome back. It is 12:48 here on a Friday. We hope everybody has a great weekend. We're going to be continuing our talk here of Main Street, USA, in America, with a beautiful city that has just been fantastic. Been to it quite a few times. Have some family that actually lives there. Right across the state line, not too far, Greenville, South Carolina. We're going to be talking to Miss Gladys Socia Jones, who is the event experience manager there at Visit Greenville, South Carolina. Hello, Miss Gladys. How are you today?
Hi, I am well. It's a beautiful day in Greenville. Hope you all are having one as well.
Thank you very much. We would love to know more about Greenville, and Judy's going to ask you some questions, and I'll pop in there. But I know, because I've been there quite a few times, that you got all these award-winning restaurants, a vibrant Main Street, Falls Park on the Reedy, and one of the most beautiful urban parks anywhere in America, and I can attest to that. So we appreciate you joining us today, and we want to find out more about beautiful Greenville, South Carolina.
Absolutely.
And Greenville's had a truly remarkable transformation with everything that you've done. It's become one of the South's most talked about destinations. What do you think has fueled that transformation?
Absolutely. I think a lot of it comes down to intentional growth. So a few decades ago, Greenville made a big decision to remove a highway bridge that covered the Reedy River and what is now Falls Park on the Reedy, as you've referenced. So that decision sparked the revitalization of our downtown and completely changed the trajectory for our community and tourism. Since then, we've invested a lot in public spaces, local businesses, arts, culture, but overall preserving the character that makes Greenville unique. So I think visitors feel that authenticity, and it keeps them coming back.
Totally, because we hear about it a lot, even where we are down here in Monroe, Georgia. So our show this week has focused on main streets that capture that spirit of small town America. Greenville certainly does. So what makes Greenville's main street such a special place to explore?
Of course. Falls Park on the Reedy with the waterfall and the Liberty Bridge we mentioned really anchors our downtown, and then all around it, Main Street is truly the heart of Greenville. So it's incredibly walkable, lined with locally owned boutiques, chef-driven restaurants. We even have several Michelin accolades, public art, outdoor dining. You can have your sweet tea outside, and then beautiful tree-lined sidewalks, very intentional green space, and lots of variety. So whether you want to grab coffee from a locally owned spot or browse many of our shops, we have award-winning dinners, local art galleries, and even venues like the Peace Center that have Broadway-level productions here downtown.
Well, you just led me right into my next question. So we know Greenville has earned a reputation as a food destination. So some of those culinary experiences that you were already talking about, what should our visitors and our listeners be sure to visit, maybe some of those restaurants that you love?
Absolutely, yeah. Our culinary scene has really grown and come into its own. We actually were part of Top Chef Carolinas this year, so Greenville was featured on several episodes there. And we're proud to be home to Michelin-starred restaurants and Michelin-recommended restaurants. So Scoundrel here downtown has a Michelin star. Some of my favorites are Michelin-recommended. So Gianna, where you can get a beautiful table overlooking the park. Sobeys, very elevated Southern cuisine, and lots of others. But if somebody wants something like barbecue, Southern classics, we have over 30 countries represented with international cuisine, so there really is a lot of locally owned gems and something for every palate.
Well, I think I might know the answer to this question, but I should never assume. So Greenville seems to offer something for everyone. You've got arts, culture. shopping, a personal favorite of mine, outdoor recreation, great dining. So what type of traveler do you think tends to fall in love with Greenville?
Absolutely. Well, I would say there is something for just about everyone, whether it's a couple,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
For a romantic weekend, somewhere like staying at the Grand Bohemian Lodge overlooking the falls, spas, absolutely beautiful for a romantic weekend. But of course, foodies, like which one of us is not a foodie, right? So there's an incredible restaurant scene, but also for outdoor lovers, they can quickly get from downtown to the mountains, all kinds of waterfalls, biking trails. And of course, for families, it's safe, it's friendly. We have a Smithsonian affiliate Children's Museum, the Children's Museum at the Upstate, walkable to downtown, great baseball games at the Greenville Drive, so very family friendly as well. And I think there's something for everyone. I hear it often in my role. People had no idea, Greenville has all that there is to offer, and what a gem it truly is.
Oh, Gladys, it sounds like it. And another thing that I hear a lot is that we should visit to go see shows because, we go to the Fox a lot. But I know that you have got to go and you've got another place that you've got to be. So before we let you go, number one, thank you. It's been a lot of great information. But number two, give us the website where our listeners can get more information about Greenville.
Absolutely. Thank you all for having me. I always love the opportunity to talk about how wonderful Greenville is. Please visit our website. It's visitgreenvillesc.com. On the website, you can order a destination guide to get your trip planning underway. We have a great events calendar that has hundreds of events every month. We also have our social platforms, Instagram, Facebook. And please pay us a visit in the fall, the Christmas time. So much beauty to see here. And we hope, you all will come visit Greenville soon.
I love that. Great information. Visit greenvillesc.com. Thank you so much,
Simple.
Gladys.
Thanks,
Take
Gladys.
care.
Hey, Gladys, I'll just add 2 cents. Trust me, people, if you've never been to Greenville, you have got to go downtown. They have done a fabulous job of turning that downtown into a place that anybody would love to go. So thanks, Gladys. Appreciate it.
See y'all real soon.
I look forward to it. All right, there we go. We had Miss Gladys Sosa Jones there. She's the event experience manager there. So visit greenvillesc.com. And it is, you and I have been there. I mean, it's beautiful. There is so much to do. Big international airport in between Greenville and Spartanburg, right on I-85. Travel through there at least once every year.
You do, and I used to go to school there, but that we just will not talk about.
We won't talk about
No, we
that
won't.
15 minutes of fame.
But we've done a lot today. We've explored mountain towns and wineries and coastal communities, and some of South's most vibrant downtowns. And I think I've got our next month of vacation planned.
Absolutely.
Every weekend we've got something to do.
Well, all of these guests were great, and it's a lot of fun when sitting behind this microphone talking to people like these people we've talked to, the 5 people we've had on today. And it's great, as I've told a lot of people, to have guests who can actually talk about their wonderful place. And Judy and I have been very fortunate to be able to travel quite a bit, and certainly want to do a lot more. But this is a lot of fun for us. We enjoy it. We appreciate Marc and his staff helping us do this every week, and we look forward to bringing it more. So what was your favorite today? Spot. Clock's ticking.
We're not allowed to pick a favorite.
Okay, no favorites.
We're going to go with Bear
Claw?
Claw.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'll tell her. So
Here's my travel tip. The next time you're planning a trip, skip the interstate and take the scenic route. Slow down.
Slow down. Enjoy it.
And discover what makes America's best travel experiences still found along Main Street.
There we go. And we're going to have a special show next week. Certainly it's July 3rd, so we're going to be having a patriotic theme, certainly mentioning some places to go that you can continue to go to throughout the year. It doesn't have to be by July 4th. We appreciate our country. We excited about what we have here in America, and look forward to talking to you more about it next week. Miss Chastity, thank you for all your help. You've been dialing for dollars, all people, so we appreciate you helping us out
Absolutely.
as you do every week. So
Thank you, and wonderful having you and Miss Beautiful Judy in the studio.
I think she's paying.
My favorite day of the week.
I think Judy's paying you, although it's true, but I think
it's very true.
Well,
anyway.
Chastity, what was your favorite?
Ooh, Blue Ridge.
Ah,
yes,
yeah.
I love Blue Ridge.
Well, that's
Any
two for
chance I
Mick.
can get to go traveling, and especially the fall, watching the change of the leaves,
beautiful,
and that crisp air. There's just nothing like it. So
you're right.
Blue Ridge is absolutely beautiful, and you got to take the train ride when you go up there, but call ahead for advance tickets,
Yes.
please. Don't just walk up there and say, I want to check. Sorry, we've been sold out for weeks.
Yeah,
so
months.
A lot of great things to do up there. All right, Judy, Doug Hollinsworth, we appreciate your Sweet Tea Travels every Friday, and we look forward to talking to you next Friday. Everybody have a great weekend, and you're going to be listening all week long on True Country Q92.3.